Hey, Nate, how important was it for you guys not only to build a lead tonight, but to see it across the finish line as well?
Yeah, it's something that we talked about, in between the first and second intermission. It's something that we had gone through a week ago, and it's something where you're trying to chase down some teams now, and you have to put together, um, complete efforts. You can't just come out for one period. That's something that we ran into the other night last week. So it was something that I liked our response. I liked the way that how we played the rest of the game. And they had a little bit of a push there with about 5 minutes left, but other than that, I thought our guys did a really good job of making sure that we stuck with it the entire game tonight.
And how about for you personally, a goal and an assist in pretty quick succession there? Nice to be able to contribute.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit there, but I think, it was, it'll take them, especially that first one. I know I was just trying to get one through. And then Millsy makes a really good tip on that second goal. That was it's an elite level play for him to come across and tip that thing down. That was awesome. Really good play by him. It's good to get our guys. Good to get just going in the game early and things like that happen. It always kind of gives you a little bit extra jump as the game goes on.
Okay, we'll go now to Ian McIntyre.
Nate, is Thatcher starting to look like the bubble Demko that you remember from last summer?
Tried to block out those memories. Those are selectively deleted. But he looked fantastic tonight. He was really comfortable back there. He made a lot of great plays. Anytime your goaltender can make plays on the other team's forecheck for you, a couple of really nice ones to get his game going in the first period. I think you have a little bit of confidence back there. It kind of leads to other parts of your game. He looked good. We needed him to be good, and when we needed him to be good, we didn't give up a whole lot of shots tonight, but he was also there, and congrats to him on his first. That's awesome, first of many, hopefully.
And with all the bad bounces and bad turns in games that you've seen, how much as a team did you need to see this one through tonight and actually leave feeling positive?
Yeah, and just know that you did it for the whole game, right? I think that was something that has been talked about with our group, and it's talked about within the last week. You have to mature in these areas. You have to come in and when you have a chance to put a team back on their heels, you just don't let them back into the game by turning the pucks over to their top guys and taking bad penalties. I think we did a good job, like I said, of really limiting the amount of times they could come up with speed, coming out of their end, coming through the neutral zone. It really makes it tougher. And I think RD did a good job of standing up the blue line and not allowing those types of things to happen, not allowing guys to go laterally and make plays in the offensive zone.
Okay, we'll go here now to Farhan Lalji.
You smiled when Ian mentioned bounces. You've had a few go the wrong way for you. Was it nice to get one early for yourself?
Yeah. It was just one of those things, right? It's amazing how this game is, sometimes, like I said, over the last 20 games, I think I've seen a lot of things. But it was good, especially early. I think that it was a big moment for our group to get going early, to come out and come out swinging right away and pretty much play that same type of game the rest of the way. I think it was an incredibly big part of our team that if you look at this game, that's the way you need to do it. That's the way if you get up on a game, you have to be able to continue to do that no matter what happens in the game.
How do you do that and maintain confidence? I mean, this group at some points this year with those leads that you haven't been able to hold has been labeled as a little fragile. And you talked about maturity. Did anybody need to say anything? Like, what was different this time that allowed you to play that way?
I just think you just look back on it. I know that in the room, it was just something that was said that's just, hey, like, we were here. We know what happens when you're here a week ago. You know what happens if you don't do this. You let teams back into the game and you leave it up to chance. That was the main message from our guys in the room to each other, and that's really what it comes down to. Excuse me. And you learn from experience, and that's an experience that we just had, and can't allow teams to be back into the game like that.
Okay, great. With our last question for Nate Schmidt, we'll go to Ben Kuzma.
Hey, Nate, I don't know if you recall the last time you guys were in there, but you had 7 shots and 10 attempts. You're fourth on defenseman in shots, Nate, but I think you're capable of a lot more. How much did simplicity play into the game tonight? It wasn't pretty, but it was old school hockey. It was getting shots through from the point, getting bodies to the net, getting deflections. It's not pretty, but it's very effective. How important was that, and how much can that be a catalyst for tomorrow night?
As a defenseman, it's hard to play against when teams are getting through. Their D-man are walking the line and getting something through quick. You can't really set yourself and find somebody. There's a lot more created chances on quick shot plays and when pucks get to the net. When you can't pretty much just find your guy when it's a chaos around. I mean, that's something that is hard. It's hard to do those. To play the defense like that when the other team's getting quick shots off, you're trying to find the puck, trying to find your guy. And so I think it was something that we talked about as a decor. We need to be just a little bit better. I mean, we're getting some opportunities, right? But shooting for sticks and making sure that we get our pucks to the net, and that's just through the lane. If we get it to the second layer, I mean, that's something that we do. You have to get it by that first guy, that first block, because once you do, we kind of all bets are off. Things happen, bounces happen. A guy can stick out and get a tip on it. I mean, we had a couple great tips tonight from guys, and I think that's just that'll get guys going too. Things like that. And when you can get yourself into those areas, that's where the goals are scored. I was proud of our guys how we got to those areas tonight.